Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Duke Blue Devils, taking on the 4th-ranked team in the land, the South Florida Bulls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Blue Devils about to kick it away and get this season started. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. First down here for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. He's got him in the flat. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
They'll leave it with him. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, Dave. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up here.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Oh, so close to paying off. The tip really had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
Quarterback checking the play. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And that's what you're trying to do, not just in this game, but for the season. You're just trying to set the tone defensively, and they do that getting the sack. They feel good about their front seven and all the athletes they have. It'll be fun to watch this unit for the rest of this game and see how they do in one-on-one situations.
He's got a first down and maybe a lot more. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains. And the Bulls have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. is looking to throw. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Well, no doubt that was the primary target the quarterback wanted, just not on the same page on that one.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. Wide receiver shows motion. Trying to pick it up on the ground. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
This offense has really gotten to a nice rhythm here on their opening drive of the game. Running the ball, getting it down now into a goal-to-go situation. They really have established a bit of a physicality here early. Let's see if they can keep that up.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver. And
he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, USF. They're on the board first here in the season opener. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4th. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. First down here for the offense. He's going to pass. He's going for it all. Brings it down on the right side. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. Fires to the big fella. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain. It makes life really easy on me on second down.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. Quarterback empties his backfield. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. He makes the connection. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
He wants to pass it on second down. Buys a little time. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man on the right. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up first and goal.
The Blue Devils will try to punch it in on first and goal. They'll go to the air. Right through his hands, incomplete. I think he knew he had a chance for a big play, but it'll be 2nd down.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Fast motion from the offense. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Quarterback adapting. Lets it fly. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
Quarterback never saw his guy early enough. He was open right away, but was just late getting him the ball. Receivers jumping up and down saying, yo, I'm here, throw it to me. But by that time, the defense had already figured out where he was. And because of the late throw, come up with the interception.
Offense getting set for first down. The back goes in motion. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Trying to get to him. It's complete on the right side. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Making the running back a weapon in the passing game makes it so difficult on the defense to cover everything.
No doubt. And listen, there's so many matchups across the board. If I'm playing offense, I'm going to assess it. Like, where do I have a speed advantage? Is it running back versus a linebacker? Is it receiver versus a corner? Whatever it is, I'm going to find it. You can tell it was the running back, and they took advantage.
The Bulls will snap it on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
They knock him down right there.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Throws to the tight end. A strike downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, him and making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he will take it in. Touchdown Bulls! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely.
And a nice job working in the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Well, the defense got the stop there on 3rd and 1. Let's see if they can do it again here on 4th and inches, David.
I just got to find a way to fall forward, be physical, work on this all week. You know you're going for it on 4th down.
So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. Calls his own number. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. That time they were in their own territory. That took some lower intestinal fortitude.
It definitely did. And listen, if that's what you're going to be, that's who you're going to be. You're going to be that kind of offense and be aggressive, then stick with who you are. And apparently, nowadays, going for it on your own end, it really ain't nothing anymore.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. From the gun. Starting to feel a little pressure. And he'll just get rid of that one.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
They'll go empty. 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Really nice pressure by the defense, getting in there quickly, getting a hit on the quarterback, making the quarterback make a quick decision, and he makes the wrong decision. He throws into double coverage, but that's really because of the pressure in his face and the physical hit on his body.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And the pass is intercepted. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 10. Touchdown Bulls. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Middle Tennessee is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up 14 over the Royals. We'll We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game, and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just...
The ball is out behind the line. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Unloads to the wideout. And it's picked off for the third time today. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On second down, he's looking downfield. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and they force the incomplete.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. He's going to take off. And the defense is there to stop him short of the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll play it safe and try for 3. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, you're still happy to get the field goal.
He'll call for the fair catch here. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And he made the grab with enough for the first down, but not enough room on the sidelines to stay in bounds. It's fourth down.
Nice catch by the receiver, but he wasn't able to tiptoe and tap dance down the boundary. Otherwise, that would have been a first down.
On fourth down, going to the air. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
Man, I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Pulls and fires it complete to the right.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into the run.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Let's see if they keep it on the ground here on 3rd down. Toss sweep to the right. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. On the option. The pitch. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, South Florida. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this 1st half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Bulls will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. We might have wanted to just let that one go to see if it would go into the end zone, but makes the fair catch at the 5. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Got blown out in the 1st half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the 3rd quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Touchdown, USF! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Going up top on 1st down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats and he's shuffling and he's waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but hey, batting it away, it's a big-time play.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
You know, it's easy to catch the football, but it's a lot harder to catch it when you're about to be out of bounds and you got to twist your body and turn it and keep it in bounds. What a great job by the receiver.
And he's got it inside the 20. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for the...
Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the Blue Devils trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. They want to throw it. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. He caught it. And he was thinking 6, but that D knocks him down at the 2.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped twice already. Maybe they ought to try to score from deep. Wants to fire it in the end zone on third and goal. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Fourth and goal from the 3, and the offense will stay out there and try to finish the deal. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Wants to go up top. And it's caught! Touchdown, Duke!
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Northwestern has opened up a can right now, and based on what we've seen, I'm not sure anything is going to change. They're up by 17 over Louisiana. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Looking to pass on second down. Unloads to the right. He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Wide out in motion. They'll throw it on first down. Dumps it to the back. He's got his man. Makes the grab. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get into the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
The give from the gun. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
On second down, wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's got an open man. Touchdown Bulls! And the pummeling has started.
And everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop.
And he tacks on the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find them.
He smashes his way through again. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He's looking to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. The Blue Devils headed quickly to the line. They turn to the passing game on third and short. Gonna try to get it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. And the Blue Devils are rolling down the field.
Nice scramble, unbelievable job after dropping back to pass and understanding the situation, and a nice heads-up play. Slide. Live to fight another down. Don't try to make a bigger play and run through somebody big and get yourself hurt.
Back to the line after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 37. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Zings it complete to the right. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The Blue Devils come to the line with a new set of downs.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly. Running a nice slant rack real quick, being physical, getting on the inside, quarterback putting it right on the money.
And the Blue Devils line it up with a first and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Lining up to add another. Smashes it through for the PAT. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. The ball squirts through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Yeah, and way to be creative. Way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. The Bulls will have a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. To the air on first down. Quarterback strolling away from Heath. The pass falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of this quarter. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Movement here from the tight end. And back to the air on second down. Fires to the tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Bulls racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll put the tight end in motion. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Caught in the backfield, it's Cook. Tackled after picking up the first down.
Yeah, what a great second effort by the receiver there. Catches the football. He knows he's got to get some yards to get that first down. Nice job understanding that, getting to the sticks and getting the first down.
He's looking to throw it. Makes the grab outside. It's Tamatova. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. The Bulls have taken it inside the 20. Leaves it with the running back. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17. They're about to snap it for the 9th play on this drive, and they need a yard on third down. Quarterback will audible. Motion from the offense. On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Touchdown Bulls! And the punishment has been extended.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fair catch called for and made. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack.
29 Philly, 2-9 Philly.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. They're trying to get to it. He'll pull it down.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
Wide receiver shows motion. Trying play action. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. He wants to throw. Finds his tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. They'll try to run for it. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. The Blue Devils moving quickly to the line.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed one.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack. It's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. He finds his man, and he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Here comes 3rd and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long. That's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Sometimes you beat your guy and you get sacked so clean, and sometimes, like on this play, the DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets home.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Boy, did that one have revolutions on it, but it's incomplete. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground.
This is why 3rd down is so difficult for quarterbacks, because the defense substitutes. They put faster guys on the field, and they've got all of their different exotic looks they've been game planning all week for. Some things you haven't seen on film yet, and it confuses your offensive line. It confuses you, and you're out here just trying to make plays, trying to do something right to get a first down. Wasn't able to gain a lot there.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Finds a soft spot in the middle. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. He's looking to pass. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. but they still do count it for 6.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had
looking deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. 3rd and short now from their own 48. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. And the Bulls want to pick up the tempo. Looking to go up top on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
On 3rd down, going up top. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. The Bulls will have it 1st and 10. Quarterback checking off. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Fires into the end zone. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Well, you don't see this very often. So much for fighting till the bitter end as they will concede defeat. And the quarterback takes a knee. Well, after not getting a thing done on first down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. They get a big win here.